Welcome back and happy new year, people. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Here are my thoughts about this new year. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the new year of self-improvement and wellness. Like, I think mindfulness has rebranded. Now people are going analog because people don't want to be on social media anymore. And I get it, because when I tell you the way that I feel like my brain has rotted in the amount of time since I finished my law school exams, and I am doing my master's now, but because there's not as much stress attached to it as with the SQE, it's very much a situation where it's like I can see myself feeling dumber because I'm just consuming short form content. I'm consuming content that's not really with the reading in question. At undergrad, I was reading how many research articles per week, per day, most times if I had an exam or whatever. But now I'm in this frame of I just watch short form content to give me the understanding of the long form. So let's say, for example, if I wanted to understand the rise of like femciles, like, or femicide in the UK, I'd literally go to TikTok and search that up. But beforehand, I would go on YouTube or try and find a research article. Not every time, because who has time for that? But I'm feeling very much like the grunt work that I'm supposed to be doing is being done for me by somebody else. So the content creators are acting as a medium for me, which is not a good thing because they're summarizing it in like TikTok speak. And I'm finding more and more, I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw this in a TikTok video, as opposed to being like, oh, I read this somewhere in a book or something like that. Even watching content, I think there needs to be a space for content that's enjoyable and fun and cutesy. Like, you know, the dancing videos of 2016, dancing video, I read, or 2020, so that's why sometimes, I know it sounds it was a lot more fun. It was a lot less like you didn't feel as though you had to be correct with everything. Now I'll have like long form video essays on my TikTok feed. I don't think I really like that anymore. It's not as fun as it used to be. And even with editing, from a content creator perspective, editing videos, it feels as though you have to make movie style content for people to tune in because people's attention spans are terrible. Even with this video, like I was thinking, oh, should I do like tons of cuts and edits? But realistically, you should be able to watch a video if someone's interesting enough or the topic's interesting enough. Also, from a audience perspective, as a consumer of content, it just feels like people are trying to sell me something all the time as opposed to actually just have an experience. And I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, but I think we need a new content creator or like a new like kind of content that's actually authentic. People are screaming, I'm so authentic, no, 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 no. But it feels very like cookie cutter. It's like everyone's doing the same. And it feels, I'm noticing that everyone has the same accent or the same style, like the bigger creators, even the ones I really follow and enjoy. You could put them on a piece of paper and they're pretty much very similar. Like what is allowed to be, I don't know, mainstream. That's what I'm clocking. But I'm just really cautious about complaining. I feel like, I don't know, I feel it's maybe it's a British temperament, but it's so easy to complain. Oh my goodness, especially about the weather. Oh yeah, it's freezing cold, isn't it? Oh my gosh, yeah, the tube took so long. Didn't I'm practicing this thing. I've been doing this since December, but I'm pretty much like, yeah, but at least it's not X, Y, and Z. At least not at least I'm not to make myself feel better and just to be that like optimistic force. But we'll see how it goes. I know that toxic positivity can be jarring, and it can also not be beneficial for you as well, because having certain emotions like anger, sadness, I'm trying to remember inside out for emotions, lol. But those emotions, they are valid as long as you don't direct them at someone in a very like abusive way. Then you're pretty much fine. Like, I think that anger and happiness, we should treat them more or less the same. They're just different sides of the same wheel. But I don't know, my positivity, I'm not trying to be toxic with it. Like, if something's bad, I'll acknowledge it's bad. But at the same time, I think it's so jarring to just be like, I hate this, I hate that, that's so bad, I can't do this, I can't do that. Do you know how jarring that is? Speaking of jarring, You see, I go back to on TikTok, but I've been seeing this trend on social media of like wives specifically complaining about their husbands. Like they'll be like, oh, my husband forgot my birthday today. Oh, like I think they're trying to be relatable potentially. And I initially in my head I was thinking, okay, I'm so tired of this. Why they're complaining about stuff that should be the bare minimum. Find a new man, divorce, or like just like tell him to be better. But then I saw this other creator and she's explaining how this culture that we have where women can be a bit more expressive, women can be a bit more outspoken, women can dream and aspire for more. There's still a culture of women, even in the West, like I'm talking about the West right now, there's a culture of women who still have that ideology, who still have that culture like, oh, I am stuck in the 1960s, I'm stuck in the 1980s, like that kind of feel. It's a bit mad to think about her because like in my head I'm thinking that, oh, but you can open up a bank account now, you can literally do whatever you want to now. But it's not even like that for so many people because the culture of that they're in, it's what they're in. So when you see these babes complaining online, they're thinking, oh, they're being quirky and relatable because in their like circle, that's what they have. It's like quirky and relatable. So then I felt bad because like, oh, we're telling women to be silent, and at the same time, their abusers or the people who are, I can't think of a better term, are telling them also to be silent. And I don't know how I feel about telling women to be silent about their treatment personally. While we're on the topic of like husbands, wives complaining, I don't know if it's my algorithm. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. Across TikTok, YouTube, whatchamacallit, and the other ones I use, I'm seeing a lot more of like anti-marriage content. Like, I feel the women who are in their marriages complaining, that's one thing. Like they don't seem very happy, number one. Number two, I remember seeing this post of this girl being like, marriage is not an accomplishment. And I was talking to my friend about it yesterday. And she was like, yeah, marriage is not an accomplishment. When you think about it, it's just basically two people coming together and deciding to get married. And it's not the same, that's in her opinion, it's not the same as, let's say, for example, you going for a degree, going for the master's, SQE like I did. I don't know what I think as of yet because, oh, and she also added as well, a good marriage, like celebrating a good marriage is an achievement. Like the ability for you to be happy in that marriage, the ability for you to be respected, etc., like that is a good achievement, like, or achievement in general. I don't know what I think because marriage an achievement? Is marriage an accomplishment? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Maybe in this day of age it's hard to get married, I guess. Was that what makes an accomplishment? I think maybe I'm in the realm of the celebration of love is an accomplishment, potentially. But would it be on the same level as grad? Probably not. And I saw a different post where this babe was explaining about how her brother had okay, basically, long story short, there's a decision to be made. Either attend your sister's graduation or attend somebody's wedding. And a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, I'm gonna attend the wedding. You can't miss my wedding over a graduation because a wedding is once in a lifetime. A graduation can happen anytime. Not what I'm saying, but that's what was being said. And in my head, I think if I'm weighing the two, a degree is harder, no? Because like that's like, actually, because when you think about it, but most degrees are like, okay, medicine 5 years. Okay, the longest degree that I know of. Actually, no, architecture is also 7 years. Okay, let's use 5 years as like our average or as our baseline, right? That's 5 years of you grinding, committing, and then whatever then comes after, that's you in the job phase. So I'm not going to take that into account as of now. The marriage is longer. So do we celebrate the marriage more? Is that harder? Oh, let me know what you think. I actually don't know. But anyway, so in my head, I was thinking passing up your sister or whatever it is, graduation. No, just saying in general that it's not as important. But okay, let me concentrate. I think what I find interesting is how we view them, because even though I have a degree, etc., you know, I think I'm pretty well read, educated. I'm on my second degree now, so you know, let me toot my own little horn for a little bit. But then there'll be people in the same vein who be asking me, oh, so when you get married? When you get married? When you get married? And so I think people don't really respect degrees, or maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's in my culture. Let me know if it's the same for your culture though. They don't respect education the same way they respect marriage. And to even bring it a lot further, I think it's interesting how we have these big celebration events for like marriages, for babies being born, etc., but not in the same way for grads. I remember for my undergrad, I was thinking, oh, I'm not gonna like do anything like major, like I won't have like a party or anything, like I won't book out a hall. But why not though? Because if I was preggers, if I was having a baby shower, then I would do that. Or I would like, or like a wedding, you spend tons of money on a wedding, no? I'm just so curious about that. Why? And maybe it's because of the way I've been conditioned to value marriage and think it's like this huge mega life event, which it is, but there are other big mega life events as well, like what I talked about already. I don't know, I just found that quite interesting. But what do you think? Do you think, I'm seeing more and more people are not wanting to get married, not wanting to like date anymore. It's interesting because on one front, okay, because traditionally men approach women traditionally in heterosexual relationships, okay, cool. But now the men are scared, the men are nervous, yada yada, and for good reason, because some people were moving a bit mad before Me Too and before everything else and before like awareness. So, you know, we kind of get that, but then people are now moving to dating apps. And even this morning, oh my gosh, that's what I mean. My For You page is trying to make me think a certain way. Or maybe it's because of what I'm liking, interacting with, I don't know. But this morning I saw this babe be like, oh yeah, I went on a day and I just felt like I was interviewing him. And other people in the comments were like, yeah, men are so boring. And you know the hyperlink, the blue hyperlink you can see on TikTok? Then I saw it was like, oh, men are boring, blah blah blah, and it was like a whole stream of that idea that men are boring. I don't have enough male friends in the first instance to even make that judgment, but from the ones I do have, I can't lie, I've had to be like, yeah. So my girlfriends be asking me tons of questions about myself. We talk a lot, or like we have this give or take in conversations where you say some stuff, I say some stuff, like it's kind of unspoken, but we know that's there. You guys don't have the same thing. Like you can be in a conversation with a guy and you just be asking questions upon questions upon questions. I've learned at this stage that if I'm ever in that position, platonic or not, I'm dipping. Because why would I do that to myself? Please, just because you're, please. But what do you guys think? Are men boring, or is it a thing that, because I understand from media, from the men that I have talked to, that they don't really talk to each other the same way that women talk to each other, like asking about emotions, asking about feelings and stuff like that. I think maybe social media, we miss society, we're in this stage of men are from Mars, women are from Venus, like that kind of thinking, that we're so different. And we do have many commonalities, I would say many commonalities, but I think being a modern day woman, being a modern day man, Mazert, how are people actually? But yeah, those are like my thoughts, my stream of consciousness on everything now, like everything. It's giving me the ick. It's giving me the ick, man, like in general. And just the idea that, wait, matte spray, fixing spray, no difference. But anyway, okay, so I actually have to go. I put setting spray on my face. I actually have to go, so I'm not late to church. I didn't end this video in a very wrapped up way. I think I want to experiment with my editing style and just see what talking topic and child, you know what I'm trying to say, that I want to like engage in, what I want this YouTube channel to look like. I think last year I went from like a self-improvement angle, which is kind of like fun. I think that's what I talk about a lot of times, but maybe I'll talk about pop culture references. I'm not going to do video essays. I think we have enough people doing that. So yeah, this is it, that YouTube, this is the YouTube video. We'll see how I edit this when it comes out, but hope you have a lovely rest of your January, and let me know your comments and thoughts down below.